mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at BeEncouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
We are currently at CoHarbor, our studio sponsor, right?
So beautiful.
Oh, what a wonderful
Love it.
place. We get such great feedback about them and what they're doing. What's so great about CoHarbor?
Yes. So the owner, Jeremiah Callahan's just phenomenal. His attention to detail from the sound, from the aesthetics, he even got me a little microphone holder for our live Instagrams, Frank. I mean, just the attention to detail to service the business owners here who work out of here is phenomenal.
And what you always feel welcomed here. You always feel a part of this community. It's the most welcoming place that I've ever engaged. And we have some amazing people that work out of here as well.
We do. And they actually have a greeting host, which is incredible during their peak hours.
What an idea, right?
Yes, but some of the people working out of here, you just want to be here just to say hi to them, like Chantel Bridges.
Ooh, and Melinda Joy Mingo.
Yes.
And our friend Tom
Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful people. And Lisa and I also engaged their facility in Denver called Coworking, which is a fantastic facility.
Gorgeous, yes. And we have to do a huge shout out for Alan Briggs.
Yes.
He is our right-hand man, especially in this podcast studio. He has given us great wisdom and insight on how to use all the bougie stuff that they have in here.
The bougie stuff. Yeah.
It is. It's high-end.
It is. It's wonderful. We're so blessed to be able to be here at CoHarbor. And you need to come in and do a 14-day free trial of this facility. Lisa, tell them a little bit about some of the great things that CoHarbor offers.
Yes. Well, their membership starts at $25 on up, and that gets them 24/7 access to a beautiful, gorgeous space. And not only that, Frank, you know what they have?
What?
Amazing pour-over coffee, which all of my friends love, and I love the tea. They have hot tea, and they have iced coffee, and they have sparkling water, all the things. It's so beautiful here, so come and check them out.
Well, come on down and join us at Corporate and Tech Center Drive. Beautiful location over here. You can't miss us. We're sponsored by the great Joshua Geary with Crescio. And Joshua just won Hispanic Rising Professional of the Year. Yay! Yay! He's been with us so long, and he is really produces and helps us with this show.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Crescio.
Yes, so Crescio, they offer pay what you can consultations, and they specialize in not only just Chat GPT, but they will work with your business to help you get sustainable and then leave and leave you successful. Their goal is not to stay with you forever. Their goal is to keep you moving with excellence.
Indeed. And AI is the rage right now. Joshua is an expert in AI, and he and his team can help you navigate the sometimes scary road of AI and what's happening, and deliver work with you that you won't have to worry about all the myths about AI. They know how it works for you. And what I do love, Lisa, about Crescio is the pay what you can consultations to the underserved southeast sector of our city, reaching out and trying to help people.
Absolutely. So check them out at Crescio.com.
Indeed. We're sponsored by Brandon Kirk from Planet Duck.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, and his 3 children are just incredible. I know them personally.
Me too.
We've had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years, been married to, what is his wife's name? Gava?
And she's a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well.
They do. And he loves Star Wars. So if you're into that scene, give Brandon a call. He loves Star Wars, all things Star Wars-y.
Yes,
Yeah.
Not only that, but he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town. They do have the strongest vacuums in Colorado,
Indeed.
which will help you get amazing air quality for your home.
Indeed. They find all kinds of stuff in our vent systems. They've done my house as well, and so many of my friends.
Yeah.
They really are the cream of the crop when it comes to duct cleaning.
They are.
And one last thing, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So make sure to look them up because they are
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Yes, they are.
We are sponsored by the lovely, incredible Karen Butcher with Westco Insurance.
Yes, Karen is an amazing insurance agent doing home, casualty, all these different types of insurance. And here's the deal. She has some of the same customers that she had when she started 24 years ago. They're still engaging her this many years later, which means she has to have some incredible customer service and some attentive skills. Right?
To include me.
And me.
She's helped me a lot over the years.
She's incredible.
So we really appreciate Karen Butcher and all the wisdom and savviness that she has in the insurance industry. So check her out, Karen Butcher, Westco Insurance.
Please. Yeah, welcome to the Be Encouraged Show with Frank.
And Lisa.
We're so glad that you join us on Mondays and align with us in our goal of infusing hope and encouragement throughout the world.
That's right. We are now offering 2 free guests on our show every single Monday from 11 to 12 or 12 to 1 Mountain Standard Time. But we also have an amazing new venture that we've started this year, Frank.
Indeed. We have the free hug campaign that's starting that Lisa and I are going to go out in community, offer free hugs. Hugs have medicinal value that's really, really strong, and we want to use that to help humans.
Absolutely. And we are also going around the world on live Instagrams. So our ask of you is, if you know of any amazing business owners out in other countries or across the nation, please introduce them to us at lisa@beencouraged.net.
Yeah, make sure that you Email her. Yes, and she'll get it done for us, and we'll make sure that we highlight your business. You know, really the value of this is exposure. We get the opportunity to expose your business to our growing audience and get so that you can be seen and people can engage your business.
And we do offer sponsorship levels starting at $50 on up. So depending on how much marketing you have in your budget, we would love to help you get maximum exposure both on our website as well as our show.
Indeed. We love humans here at the Be Encouraged show, and the reason we exist is to create value for you.
The real value of sponsoring our show is joining us on our mission to infuse hope and encouragement throughout the world.
Aligning missional values is very important to us, and we are looking for businesses that align with us and our values and what we're trying to give out to the world.
Yes, this is about social impact,
Indeed.
Frank.
We know how important that is in this community and around the world. So join us in our mission to create social impact for your business.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
We are currently at CoHarbor, our studio sponsor, right?
So beautiful.
Oh, what a
Love
wonderful
it.
place. We get such great feedback about them and what they're doing. What's so great about CoHarbor?
Yes. So the owner, Jeremiah Callahan's just phenomenal. His attention to detail from the sound, from the aesthetics, he even got me a little microphone holder for our live Instagrams, Frank. I mean, just the attention to detail to service the business owners here who work out of here is phenomenal.
And what you always feel welcomed here. You always feel a part of this community. It's the most welcoming place that I've ever engaged. And we have some amazing people that work out of here as well.
We do. And they actually have a greeting host, which is incredible during their peak hours.
What an idea, right?
Yes, but some of the people working out of here, you just want to be here just to say hi to them, like Chantel Bridges.
Ooh, and Melinda Joy Mingo.
Yes.
And our friend Tom
Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful people. And Lisa and I also engaged their facility in Denver called Coworking, which is a fantastic facility.
Gorgeous, yes. And we have to do a huge shout out for Alan Briggs.
Yes.
He is our right-hand man, especially in this podcast studio. He has given us great wisdom and insight on how to use all the bougie stuff that they have in here.
The bougie stuff. Yeah.
It is. It's high end.
It is. It's wonderful. We're so blessed to be able to be here at CoHarbor, and you need to come in and do a 14-day free trial of this facility. Lisa, tell them a little bit about some of the great things that CoHarbor offers.
Okay. 3, 2.
Well, good morning, everyone. We're the Be Encouraged Show, and I am Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And we're so glad to have you here today because it's Monday, Lisa.
Yes.
Right.
We love Mondays.
Yeah, your favorite
This is our third
day.
show so far today.
Wow.
We've just been jamming around the world.
Right? Around the world.
Yes.
That's one of the great things about technology. We won't talk about the not so great spaces, but we got some wonderful people on the show today, and we provide a platform for entrepreneurs and community-focused individuals to expand their reach and create a positive impact in the Colorado Springs community. And we're joining you live here in Colorado Springs with some amazing guests. And if you want to join us internationally, go to our website at beencouraged.net, select international via Instagram, and you can join us from anywhere in the world.
So today's show is also sponsored by The Hive, a platform connecting purpose-driven entrepreneurs with mentors who help accelerate their next breakthrough. The Hive matches bold visions with the operational expertise they need to succeed. The Hive is access to seasoned professionals who understand growing a business with purpose. So visit The Hive on LinkedIn and check out the flyer we provided you later.
Yeah. Why aren't we a part of the Hive?
Yeah. How do we?
This
is the Hive.
I know. This is where it is.
There's the Hive, man.
Kylan.
Heidi's even holding up your advertising.
I'm Vanna.
Yeah. Only prettier.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank.
Right on. And today we have some amazing guests on the show. I didn't know who was coming in, Lisa.
Yes.
I could not be more stoked than to have these folk.
Yes.
I think I got a hold of your assistant and initially, but I thought she was coming. I didn't know it was you.
Coming. We got the queen in the house today.
That's right.
Yeah.
Top dog, baby. Yeah. Oh, let us introduce her. I'm going to introduce this young lady first, and I'll hand off to you for the second one. Dr. Heidi Petak is a communication expert, and I put that in big quotes because she is the communication expert in our region and founder of Speak Eagle, dedicated to helping leaders and teams build trust-based, shame-free communication for a thriving culture and a stronger bottom line. With a Ph.D. in global teaching experience, she has coached leaders in government and Fortune 500 companies. A two-time Dove Award-winning scriptwriter and former radio DJ like me.
Oh, my husband.
That's
But you got a face for TV. I have a face for radio.
Yeah.
So,
radio's more fun. You can wear your jammies in radio.
Right?
right. She brings creativity and insight to every interaction, both professionally and at home in Colorado Springs with her husband and 4 sons.
Wow.
And a lively household of pets.
Woo!
Yep.
Lively.
Lively.
And to her right is Miss Kris Lewis, who brings 40 years of nonprofit experience, including 15 with Habitat for Humanity,
Wow.
where she has served as Executive Director, CEO of Pikes Peak Habitat since 2014.
Wow.
A Colorado native. You have to give us your autograph.
Yep. Colorado Springs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
school was elsewhere, but yeah. Columbia for kindergarten.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay, with a background in business and accounting, she is deeply committed to uplifting individuals and honoring their dignity through meaningful opportunities. Her career spanned roles in environmental education, health, aging, and developmental disability services, all aligning with her passion for Habitat's mission.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You ready for this?
Yes.
I don't know if anybody's ready for Frank. Yes. We'll see.
Oh, I'm always ready for that.
What rabbit he goes.
I don't know if to take that as a body slam or
I know.
Definitely.
Yes, indeed. You know what we always, Lisa and I just love story branding. Yeah, it is who we are. We believe that the greatest opportunities for being known and seen is through story. So Heidi, you get to share some of your story. What's the formative things that created Dr. Heidi Petak?
Man, well, if I go back to my childhood, which is where a lot of our businesses originated,
Yep.
I grew up in a family of very strong communicators, very outspoken communicators, and I am not. I was very timid and very shy. I was really quiet. I was a scared little kid. I lived very afraid of speaking my mind, of saying what I actually thought, because I had all of these strong communicators around me that are like, well, I disagree. Let's fight about that. I'm like, I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight. Whatever you think is fine. I'm not even going to tell you what I think. So it's been a very long process of me trying to figure out in myself, where does this fear come from and how can I overcome it to bring my whole self to the table and be the communicator and the person that I believe God created me to be. And over time, I have met a whole lot of other people that are in the same place. Now I call this communication strategy the turtle. That's very much who I was. And I really wanted to learn how to be an eagle. My communication coaching business is called Speak Eagle. And I work with people on learning how to be healthy communicators, how to overcome their own fear, whether it's the fear of rejection that makes us be a turtle, the fear of exposure that makes us be a passive-aggressive fox, or the fear of failure that makes us be an aggressive bulldog. None of those strategies are going to work in business. None of those strategies work in our homes either, or in our relationships. And so I have this vision of all of us learning the communication strategies, the shame-free strategies that it takes to be eagle communicators so that we can create stronger, more healthy businesses and workplace cultures and stronger and healthy home cultures as well.
Okay. I loved how you jumped straight to your offering.
No, but you started off good.
You started off rocking that.
Yeah.
And we love your resume
Love
because
your resume.
that is
You're
one of the great
amazing.
things. But I'm going to move over to Kris and we'll come back to
Yeah.
you.
Great.
We'll
Because
do
you
this.
rock. All right. You can kill
I'm
it.
not.
You rock too, Kris.
I'm an eagle. I've taken it back.
She's a graduated eagle.
She is.
I was. We'll see how I do
I
here.
need to sit in on one of your classes.
You do.
Can I shadow
Yeah,
someday? Okay.
sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would love
They are
to.
uplifting.
Yeah.
There is no.
I would
no
really
shame.
love to.
Yeah.
And
I can
many
be
of
your
our
Vanna
staff
White.
needed
I'll
that.
hand out flyers
yeah.
for you or whatever in class, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Like I'll just
Yeah.
help.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into how that was developed, Heidi, and how those characters, how do you design and how those specific characters became characters
Yeah.
for that. But you get a
You, Kris.
Okay, let's see where friends come with this.
Well, he knows so much about you, so I'm curious too, actually.
We'll see.
Yeah, Kris and I have had one-on-ones
Yes, we have.
and times together, and et cetera. I've never forgotten
Well, I've
the
been
depth
deeply
of your
honest.
story. So do that with us right now.
My
Tell
story.
us about you.
So, started life here in Colorado Springs. I'm the third of 4 kiddos. My dad was, you never lied to the man. So he was a Marine Corps major, then a teacher. He taught in Pueblo, then at Palmer High, moved us to Alamosa where he's a professor there. And when you have, and he was also an Episcopal priest later in life.
Oh my.
When you combine those three,
Yes.
being the third of 4, number one, you learn to see what the 2 older ones do, and you don't do that.
Right. Live and learn, baby.
Right. Never lie to the man, because I saw what happened when you did.
Uh-huh.
Number 4 got away with murder compared
Yes.
to the 3 of us. I'll just say
Always.
that. So I
I'm the
will
4th.
say it took me a while to figure out. I could speak up in not so great ways. I was great at temper tantrums as a kid. My opinion came out not in a healthy way. So and then I learned to not necessarily say things. So that was probably the foundation of who I am. But my parents were very uplifting and always encouraging me to be me. Not quite so bossy, me,
Yeah.
but to be me. So I would say the parents, and then foundationally, I'm also outside of Habitat, or in addition to Habitat, my other vocation is I am an ordained deacon in the Episcopal Church as well. And that was a whole process of running from instead of turning to. And that also developed me considerably. Being a minister's kid is not easy on children.
I was a minister. Ask my kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I learned to be able to speak up, to say yes or no in healthy ways. And once I finally turned to that, in addition to Habitat, which is my full-time day ministry, I've learned to speak truthfully with kindness and to be more leading instead of, I will occasionally help push people along, but you've got to lead. And how do you do that? With gentle fortitude, I'll say. So that's kind of my background. And surviving an older sister that never wanted to be an older sister. Talk about amazing personal and physical resilience there. So I always laugh. I'm the shortest of the 4 of us. So as I've aged, I'm even shorter than 5'4", but they're all 5'9" and 6 foot and above.
Oh, wow.
And so I used to say that I'm short because I had the poo beaten out of me by my oldest sister. She shortened me. Stunted my growth. So I did learn to speak up.
Yeah.
Sometimes out of fear, say it and run.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Run fast.
So yeah. But yeah, so that's me in a nutshell, I would say.
How are you guys close now?
No.
She's still running.
Oh.
We're closer.
Okay. Yeah.
Closer.
Yeah. I'm extremely close to my middle brother, so who's 6 years older than I, and we talk every other week or so.
That's
So,
cool.
yeah.
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 It's interesting because you're forced to have your family, right? You
Yes.
can't pick and choose your family. But later, when you're an adult, you can pick and choose your tribe and who you want as your spiritual family and all
Yeah.
the good things.
Well, and she has phenomenal gifts in her own way. I just never fit into that picture.
Yeah.
So, and that's okay. We can,
That's
we can
okay.
at least have discussions,
Oh,
and
totally.
we live in different states, so we don't get to see each other much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. And we're both mothers and of adult kids, and both grandparents.
How many
and
kids do you have?
I just have 2, and a
Okay.
granddaughter who's
Okay.
2.
You
And
don't got
mine
one
is forced.
grandkid?
That's one and done, I think.
Oh my.
So I know.
Heartbreak.
Yes.
Yeah, I have 13. You know, right?
Oh my, Frank.
Yeah.
That's
No.
My kids got the memo. The only reason we had them were to have them.
And I don't have grandbabies yet. My oldest is 27, but no prospects so far.
Yeah.
No, I love being a grandma, but
I do too. I'm
boy,
a
it brings
granddad.
back memories. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this age. So
Yeah.
and I keep telling my daughter, let's survive this, because she's at the 2 of, oh no, not doing this, Mom, and she's looking at me, no, we're just gonna work through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll live, she'll live.
Yeah.
And we live.
Yes, yes. And we just sit back and kind of grin and go, payback, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have 4 boys. They are 16 to 22, and the oldest is married. And I think they want a big family. So who knows how many
Yay.
grandchildren we could have?
Yeah, you could have a lot.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
You know, we get a kind of a faith audience a lot. I think people of faith like this show. And one of the hardest spaces I've ever seen, Lisa, was a pastor's wife. That's incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it's not
so,
easy.
So what say you to a potential pastor's wife that's looking at us today and trying to navigate this space of expectations
Yeah.
and all of the things that go with that and encourage them?
My husband has been a pastor for our entire marriage, which
Oh,
is
my.
almost 24 years.
Wow.
So it has been a learning process for me. And I think for me, and my encouragement would be that if there's any other pastors' wives watching, that there's a lot of pressure on us to have pretenses to try to make it look like we got it all together and our kids always behave and
Yep.
we got all the whatever people expect, the meet those expectations. But I think my greatest ministry has been in just being real, and I don't put on pretenses. I definitely don't look like I have it all together. And anybody that wants to have that discussion with me, like, it looks like you have it all together. And I say, oh, let me tell you all the ways that I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't have perfect kids. And
No.
I think that
What would it even look like? That's
what would that look like?
there
I
is no
don't-
such
yeah.
thing.
no,
I mean,
except
really.
for Mary with Jesus.
Yeah.
That's about all.
That was the
Yeah.
only one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think my encouragement is just be yourself, and that authenticity and realness is where your greatest ministry will come from.
Yeah. And what I love most is that Dr. Heidi can help you uncover your true self. This is part of the communicative process,
Yeah.
right? Discovering you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are always telling us, I just want to be me. But they don't know what that means.
They don't.
Right.
They
Like
don't
your
know that,
best
right?
self.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have a best self.
Yeah.
And
Your
that's the
core.
one that I think God designed
Yes.
us to be.
Indeed.
Forget that over time.
Right. Yeah.
So were you the baby of the
I
family?
was the baby of the family.
Like you.
How many kids?
Just 2. There were
Okay.
just 2 of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Little
But
family.
my sister was one
that's right, your sister,
tough
yes.
cookie. She was very outspoken. You always knew exactly what she thought. And
So
how
you
she
guys
felt.
commiserate a little bit,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yes.
I'm sure we could share stories.
Yes.
My baby girl commiserates with you and her sister. Totally over the top, dominating presence, right? Yeah, even till today. It's a lot of that's still the same. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Lisa, you and your sister do okay, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, but she was, I came 4 years later as an afterthought, like surprise. Here I am. So my parents pretty much thought they were done, but she didn't want a baby sister either. So I feel you.
There is 8 years difference between.
Yeah,
8 years on the gap.
when she got hormonal and became a teenager, like she left as soon as she could to dad's out of state.
Okay.
I always stayed. I was a mama's girl all the way. So yeah, but siblings are a trip. I mean, every relationship takes work, right? And if you don't work on it, it'll go to the wayside. It doesn't matter who it is, family, bloodline, friends.
You're raised in the same
Yeah.
household, but it's the different personalities.
Oh, absolutely.
Completely
How we
different.
react to
Yeah.
our parents and to one another.
And
So-
you have a different story than your sister does, I'm sure.
Oh, my, yes.
I mean, if she told the story on the show, it would be a totally different situation.
Especially when we had to share bedrooms when I was little.
Yes.
Having a teenager sharing with a grade schooler was
I bet.
So we ended up having separate bedrooms, which was good
Wow.
for many reasons.
Yeah.
That's part of the habitat thing. That's why we if they're more than 5 years in age difference, we have, and same sex, we build, same gender, we have bedrooms for the different genders, but if they're more than 5 years, they get their own bedroom. Teens cannot
That's neat.
study
So
and have their
you,
space.
yeah, you know that
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
challenge.
Big time, yes. Yeah, I survived her wanting to kill me a few times, yes.
Oh, wow.
So, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying I wasn't ratty at times. Occasionally.
My sister used to comb her side of the room to make sure none of my hairs
Oh, my gosh.
fallen on her
Oh my
side.
God.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, she was
Oh,
very
wow.
organized and
OCD.
very clean. Yeah.
Didn't your sister pass?
She did.
Yeah, she did.
We my sister and I became very close as adults and even as kids, but as adults as well. We moved a lot and we were the only two that we had. We had each other.
Yeah.
So we were very, very close. And then there was probably a year and a half where our relationship became pretty estranged. It was very, very rocky. And shortly after that period, she was diagnosed with cancer. And the Lord gave me such a beautiful month and a half of getting to be with her a lot and help care for her during that time. And God redeemed and restored our relationship during those weeks. And I'm so grateful.
So
You
good.
need a water? You need a water?
No, I have some, thank you.
I'll take a cup, yeah. Or I'll take water, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So watching out for you.
Yes.
Right. I should be telling this with a sigh, Kris. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. What has been your road less traveled?
Oh, wow. Definitely answering the call and going through the discernment process and the education and ordination process to be ordained in the Episcopal Church. There aren't, in my faith tradition, deacons are responsible to be the bridge across differences between the congregation and the community.
Right.
And it's an unpaid position traditionally. So there aren't a lot of us across the country, and there are very few of us actually in the state. So to answer the call and to say yes, and to assume constantly I'm going to be told no each piece, just helped me grow the more. But I would say that's probably a defining road less traveled for me. Part of the reason why I fought it is because my dad, having been a priest, I kept, and I had a very close relationship with him, I kept worrying that I was doing this to follow and to honor him, and it ended up that's not the case at all. But it took me a while to go, this is a calling, and people, they don't unless you've received that calling and you're open to hearing it. Most people don't understand what that means.
Yes.
So that, I would say it's definitely a road less traveled. Everyone has a calling.
Absolutely.
To be ordained is very different, though.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
So, and you're in the spotlight,
Yeah.
and Yeah, and watching what my mom went through as a priest's wife, rough territory.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to do that for my family.
Yeah.
And so I didn't go through process until the kids were adults. So,
wow.
yeah.
But you knew the call was there before.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
interesting.
I fought it. I fought it. But,
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I think the timing is always perfect, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The stepping stones are placed in front of you. You're provided an option
Yep.
when to step on it. The spirit keeps moving them like it's paths over here,
Yeah.
move this way.
Yeah.
But you have that choice.
Yeah.
And so when I finally took the choice, wow. huge
Everything fell
difference.
into place, right?
It did. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
and
beautiful.
still is, and still learning. And the road is not always easy, and it was never promised to us to be easy. So for me, because I don't know how I could have gotten through some things in life, the loss of a premature child, how people can do this without having a faith to turn into and to turn towards. So it's always strengthened me where others have been maybe afraid or just skeptical of what is out there, and that we are all, and I believe we are all God's children,
Yeah.
whatever our faith tradition, no tradition, and so being willing to listen and to move towards that. So long answer, but I
Okay.
would say that's it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that is. Yeah. Thank you. That was good.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to listen to that inner voice, and they just, and I was telling someone yesterday, actually, I'm like, no, the more you open yourself up to that voice, the louder the voice will get. The more you
Well, it's
commune
scary.
with something.
It is scary.
It is
It's like
scary.
what the unknown. Humans do not like the unknown.
Right.
Yeah.
Those of us who have faith have an ultimate known,
Yes.
but what's going to happen in between?
Yeah.
And feeling worthy. We are all worthy.
Yeah.
We are all called, but accepting that is very difficult for people.
Yeah.
And I would say in times of turmoil, there's too much noise to listen.
There
sometimes.
is.
Yeah.
I was, before the show, I was sharing with Frank and Heidi when my first husband left me with a baby on the hip and a toddler, and how it just rocked my world. But the one thing I did not do was blame God. I had no words. I couldn't even pray. I was so broken. I remember asking my sister to pray for me every night because I couldn't get the strength to do it. But when I went to church, all I could do was just lay at his feet at the altar and say nothing because I was so broken. But I didn't exude anger like most humans want to do, like to blame someone or some being. So, yeah. And it's hard, but for me that wasn't hard. I felt like a child at his feet, like, please just hold me.
Yeah.
You know, like in his
Gift.
arms.
Yeah. That's a gift from him for sure. That
Yeah.
he let you just be in that space.
Yeah.
And you know, scripture says that the Spirit translates our groanings
Yes.
into words and interprets them
Yeah,
to the Father. So
absolutely.
when I don't have the words, you know, just lay on the floor and
Yep.
groan, and the Spirit will do the rest.
Exactly. I love that. Thank you for the reminder of that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that scripture.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. You know, Heidi, processing. So, am I assuming did the Ph.D. come before the marriage, or did that work come after you got married? How did that process all
Well,
happen?
I was in the midst of graduate school when I met Brian, my husband. So and thankfully my PhD program was, it was a program where you go spend a month in residency, and then you do, a lot of your coursework is online, so it was by distance. And I was able to move and marry Brian and continue working on my PhD.
Oh,
so
good for
thankfully,
you.
Brian had Fridays off since he worked on Sundays, and I got to spend the whole day on Fridays at the library, and that was my happy me day.
Yes.
Getting to read and write. That I just really enjoyed it. That was that was my self-care, was being at the library. My kids laugh at that now. They're like, are you kidding me? You wanted to read and write and be at the library on your day off? But
Yes,
that
I
was fun
did.
for me.
I used to love the library. That was my jam.
I still love the
libraries.
library.
Yeah, my kids have great memories in the library because I just love the library. I'd bring them all the time to the library.
Yeah, me too.
My kids got into trouble. They would lose library privileges for a week. It about killed them. But I tell you what, it was the best thing ever.
Yep.
No library this week. So yeah, it worked for them.
Yeah, exactly.
The best is like old libraries. Like the
Yes.
library in Manitou is so cool.
Yeah.
We were just in Salida. They have an old library that I hung out in for a
I'll
while.
have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
I have my
Salida.
own library, so I don't have to go.
Your
Yeah,
own.
he's this
There you
guy
go.
with his books, man. Yeah.
You have to put wood floors and like a ladder that you
feel,
can climb.
the vibe.
Well, all that.
I love the Broadmoor's little mini library.
I know, me
it's
too.
so cute.
It's
I always have to
darling.
go in there.
Yeah. But we digress.
We
Yes.
did. A little bit, but that was okay. Good digression, right? So, tell us about your business. Tell us about Speak Eagle. You said a little bit in a
Yeah.
time when you weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Thanks for the reminder, Frank.
None of
I
us
jumped
know.
the gun. I thought it was the story of like
gosh.
the inception of my business and how it connected to my heart.
man.
So I was weaving it all together
Yes.
for you. But yeah, after I got my PhD, I was trying to figure out what in the world am I going to do with this, because I had been a DJ and did a lot of voiceover work and could do that from home. But I thought, okay, now I've got this degree, I'm accountable for what I do with it.
Right.
So I started teaching communication courses at some different universities, and I enjoyed that. But I discovered a lot of the people in there, and I taught non-traditional. I did teach a lot of adults and people in business and things like that. But a lot of them were doing it for a grade or because my course was required.
They're checking a box.
Not really because they wanted to learn this stuff.
No.
But at the same time, I had different people in my life that are like, oh, I need that.
Yes.
Like, I need that really bad because I'm estranged from my daughter-in-law, or because for some reason people in my workplace keep quitting under me, and what am I doing wrong? How am I, I'm not leading well, or I can't make the sale, I'm trying to sell and it's not going well. So I thought, goodness, I can help the regular person. And it could be a lot more fulfilling than just teaching at a school where kids don't necessarily want
care.
to be there and they don't care. And I do still teach university courses.
Yeah.
I teach for Denver Seminary and I teach for a school back in Nashville. And there is something fulfilling about that life on life influence that I
Yeah.
get in the classroom. So I do enjoy it too.
Seminary is a little different, though. I think for most people that are going to invest, you went to seminary, right? So most people that are invested in seminary really want some practical outcomes.
Yes,
out
and
of that.
seminary is different.
Yeah.
Right. And I have a lot of, usually that particular class is an organizational communication class, and it's primarily senior pastors that are in there that want to shape healthy cultures on their staff teams and communicate well with the community.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I absolutely love what I do. It is very fulfilling. One of the pieces that I have gotten into more and more, I've done a lot of public speaking coaching over the years, and one group that I work with now are abortion survivors. These are people who were aborted as babies but survived the procedure.
Oh, my.
And now there are over 1,000 of them that have now
I've heard about
connected with the Abortion Survivors Network.
Yeah.
And I get to coach them whenever they're ready to start telling their story publicly. Then I get to help them craft that and help them learn to tell it in a really sensitive way that doesn't shame the people in the audience
Yes,
who
yes.
have experienced the trauma of abortion in some way and in maybe other ways, and be able to speak with empathy. And every one of them has forgiven their birth mom. Every one of them is now living out their destiny and and is ministering to their community in super cool ways. One woman
great.
has cerebral palsy, and she now, because of the procedure, but now she is a special ed teacher in the schools, and she gets to help
We want
kids
you to-
every day with disabilities.
We want you to introduce us to one. We'd love to do
Oh
a
my goodness.
Instagram
I'll let you
live with
know.
someone
Yes.
that a survivor of
Yes.
abortion.
I have-
That would be so
Because
powerful.
we go around the
Amazing
world
survivors.
on Instagram Live, so that's what we
Yeah.
were doing this morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Love
great.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're incredible people with amazing stories,
Wow.
and they're fantastic public speakers.
Yeah.
Thanks to Heidi Petak. Hit her up, everybody. Where can they reach you?
They can reach me on my website, speakeagle.com.
There you go.
There we go. Couldn't be more easier than that.
Yeah.
Speak Eagle. Yeah. Young lady, we got to get some of the road to Habitat to Humanity.
Right.
Yeah, because you've been there a long time.
Actually, 17 years, so I guess we need to update.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Total. I've been with this affiliate, Pikes Peak, in Colorado Springs. We serve all of El Paso County for 11 now. The road to Habitat's been interesting. So each of the nonprofits that I have worked with have all served a variety of populations that have all needed decent, sustainable, affordable housing, because it would have helped all of them to be more foundationally sustainable in so many ways, and to have more funding for education, and for parents not being stressed over raising kids, and for the seniors who are at home and not able to afford some of the services they need. All of this has come together under Habitat. And the other really cool thing, I like complexity. Life is complex. And I love it because Habitat is, I'm operating in 6 businesses before noon even hits every single day. So we're a land developer, we're a residential builder, we're a loan originator and servicer. We also have the case management for our families. We have homeowner services on the loan origination piece. We're repairing homes, particularly for very low income seniors. And then we have the restores, where people come in and find all kinds of phenomenal
Yes.
things to upgrade their homes. And it's that community connection, because you're meeting people from all levels of society. And whether they're coming in as donors, or they're looking to move their house forward, or to move their community forward. So so all of these years of nonprofit, I was working at Easter Seals, Colorado in Lakewood, and a friend of mine went to become a social or a fundraiser with Habitat Metro Denver. And they had not yet had a formal accounting type person. They had just created they called it Director of Finance. Now it's CFO, I think. They hadn't had that, and Metro Denver was growing, and she said, why don't you come apply? And you get these inklings when it's time to move from an organization, or move on from
Yes.
other things. And I'd been thinking about it, so I applied and I got it. And so I had HR and admin and mortgage origination under me, and then all of the accounting piece, and trying to figure out how to finance parcels of land and home building. So it was super, super fun. And I thought, this is great. All these pieces moving together, and you've got to get all these the teeth and the cogs working together.
Yeah.
And the team had doubled in size while I was there. Not because of me, but it's just all the HR complexity, and then I started getting that feeling again. And somebody said, oh, Pikes Peak is looking for an executive director. I said, oh no, I don't want to be that. I like being in the very back pew. I like being in the background. I can go out and speak, but and it just kept showing up in weird places in my life. And finally, I was leading a class that's called Education for Ministry here at Grace and St. Stephen's, Colorado Springs. I lived in Castle Rock. I worked in Denver. But I was leading a group down here, and one of the gentlemen in the class said, this position's open, and I think you need to apply. And okay, I'll apply, assuming I would not get it. Well, I got it. So
Surprise!
And what was wild, when I turned south for the interview instead of north to go to work, I had an incredible sense of peace that came over me. And so I knew, whether I got the job or not, this is what I needed to do.
Yes.
So and it has been a crazy ride, but we've grown the affiliate from and I inherited a financially solid affiliate, thank goodness for Paul Johnson, my predecessor. But we've gone from $2.5 million. We're about at a $9 million operation now.
Wow.
We're still not ramping up number of homes. COVID and the cost of land and home building and tariffs is all taking a hit on us. But we're going from 6 homes. The board has a goal to get us to 12 homes a year, and then we're also repairing. We started piloting a repair program several years ago, just toes in the water. And then we had a foundation and another community partner, Silver Key, came in and said, let's do this together.
Wow.
So last fiscal year was 77 homes. We're on board to do 70 to 100 this year.
Nice.
And that's helping keep a population near and dear, not only because I'm in it now, but of seniors
Yes, they
in
need
their
it.
homes safely.
Yeah.
So we're just
feeling it.
Yeah.
some things. And the education piece, we're getting ready to do a PR launch on, we're in collaboration with the school district here and Careers in Construction Colorado. And we will, our next neighborhood will have 41 homes. A minimum of 14 of those will be for that school district's employees who qualify for habitats.
Oh,
so
that's
you got all
wonderful.
these things working
Yes.
together, and
Yeah.
all because I turned south instead of north one day and listened.
Well, you have a lot of good collaborative partners too.
Oh,
Like the
phenomenal.
first time I went to the Restores, because I was a leader at Woodman Valley Chapel of the youth group, and the teenagers were all going on a Saturday to volunteer. And I was like, what is this Habitat for Humanity? And what's the Restore and all the things? And I was like, oh, this is really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris,
My
that's
son owns Elite Roofing in Denver.
Yes, and-
and they've helped build Habitat homes there. I'm so proud of him that he leads an organization that gives back. I've always wanted to ask someone from Habitat, did you ever read any of Clarence Jordan's
I have his cotton
Patch?
I actually have, and I've been to Koinonia, and I've been to the shack where he wrote. And
Wow.
for those who don't know, Clarence
That's right,
Jordan is
Chris.
one of our spiritual founders of Habitat. He
Yes.
helped guide our Linda and Millard Fuller in launching Habitat into what it is now. But yes, Greek scholar,
Yeah,
biblical
Greek scholar.
Well, tell us the story.
of Habitat
Yeah.
being founded. So Linda and Millard Fuller were self-made millionaires in their very early 30s. I don't know if they patented, but somehow they were the ones who launched logos on T-shirts and made a huge fortune. And had very humble roots in many ways. Their marriage became extremely rocky because Millard was extremely focused on making more and more money, and Linda was home with the kids and just not satisfied. And so she actually left him, and he wanted to reconcile. So they went to Koinonia Farms, which is in outside of Plains, Georgia, very rural Georgia. And that's another
Carter.
Yeah, yes. President Carter came in 76, but they went on a retreat basically with Clarence because in this, the farm that Clarence had started, Koinonia Farm, with a number of rural Georgia farmers, it was interracial, which was a big no-no in southern Georgia. So their theme was basically it's bombs, bullets, and boycotts. They were not treated kindly. Anyhow, so they went, I can go down lots of rabbit holes. I'm way worse than Frank. So they had this meeting and they decided that they would build they would raise monies in the U.S., build homes in a different country over in Africa, which is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. And so they did that. And then they came back for another retreat trying to figure out what else they should do. And local folks were like, we need houses here. And they're like, okay, let's get this started. So 1976, so Habitat's almost at its 50th. We'll be at our 40th in 2026. Launched this. And so each affiliate is a standalone, but we report up, we call our mothership. They do have rules we have to follow. So, but we each serve our individual communities, and we're down to a little over 900 affiliates in the U.S. We're in 70 countries worldwide, and that's growing. So incredible stuff to recognize the dignity of all, and that's where it started.
Yes.
Housing creates decent housing creates dignity,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
opportunities.
Yeah.
I love that I got to meet your team, and one of the things about Kris as a leader is that you trust your people. You
Yes.
empower them and you trust your people. So
Yes,
that
you
is
do.
a trust-based leader. And the fact that you could leave on a sabbatical and they could just be cooking with gas and
They
do
did.
great things while you're gone, and then
Yeah.
you're able to come back in seamlessly.
They're
That's
all
a
from-
tribute to your leadership, Kris.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I have a phenomenal team. From
Yeah.
every position is filled with mission-focused
Yeah.
So great.
folks.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they have a phenomenal leader.
thank
Yeah.
you.
That's right.
Yeah, you're incredible. You really
Thank
are.
you.
Yeah. So
Turning red.
we got to wrap up, guys, because we have another show that we have to get to. We could talk with you guys all day, but Lisa has something that she needs to ask you to do before we wrap.
Sure.
Yes, so Kris, I'll start with you.
Okay.
I would like you to take a moment. As you know, our mission is to infuse hope and encouragement to the world. So we want you to look at that camera right there
Okay.
and encourage the world, and then let them know how to reach you.
We are all a unique and beautiful gift to this world, and we need to receive and accept that and take that gift and develop it in any way you can. One of those ways is to volunteer and come build with us, not only build homes, but build community, and to shop or volunteer at our restore. And you can reach us at pikespeakhabitat.org. We have so many homes to build, so donate, shop, and volunteer with us.
That sounds like a theme.
We need you.
Yes.
We need your gifts.
That's awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kris.
Dr. Heidi, you're next.
Well, my encouragement to you is when those fears start rising in you, especially the fear of rejection, the fear of exposure, the fear of failure, my encouragement to you is to take that step of faith and be a trust-based communicator. And that means, what do you trust about yourself and how God created you? What do you trust about God? What do you trust about the people around you? And even if you can't find something to trust, you can believe the best about them in some way, and that will change everything. If every one of us is a trust-based communicator in our workplaces and in our homes, we can change the world. You can change the world.
Right on.
Love it.
And that's SpeakEagle.com.
SpeakEagle.com. I customize workshops for organizations and lead courses and trainings for individuals as well.
I've been through it. It's fun. It's enlightening.
Yeah.
Thanks,
She's
Kris.
incredible at what she
Yes.
does. So, yeah, thank you both ladies for
you.
being with
It's
us
great.
today. That's show number 1, Lisa.
Yes, Frank.
We'll be back. in a
Thanks,
moment.
everyone.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is.
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
We're back. You are.
Lisa.
Yeah, and I'm Frank. This is the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa on a Monday afternoon. We're starting a show too, Lisa.
Yes,
and
we
I
are.
am pretty stoked about this. Aren't you?
Yes, so this is our fourth show of the day. Super excited for our guest today.
Indeed. You know, could you read this? Because I got some
Yes.
mint in my mouth
Okay.
and I can't talk.
So today's show is sponsored by Crescio, who helps construction companies develop AI agents to reduce schedule slippage, automate operations, and increase margins. So visit Crescio.com to learn more and check out the flyer we provided you guys later.
Indeed. Today we got two amazing guests with us. I've been so excited. Jamie has been my friend for a number of years now. Yeah, she's such an incredible young lady, and
Thank you.
we're so glad to have her. So I'm going to introduce her. Maybe I need to let you introduce her because Andre can't pronounce Andre P.
Podpolucha.
Well, you
Podpolucha.
All right. But
Okay.
Jamie Garcia, Jamie McMullen Garcia, is the Mission Advancement Officer at Step Springs, a men's addiction recovery and workforce development program launching in the fall of 2025.
Here in Colorado
Right
Springs.
here. Yeah, that's why it was called Step Springs.
Yes. Well, not everyone will get that.
Okay, I just
Okay.
had to mess with you.
Yes.
Because I just like doing
Yes,
that.
you do.
know that.
I know.
As the first hire, she leads fundraising, outreach, and strategic partnerships, brings extensive nonprofit experience, and a strong commitment to holistic recovery services. And Lisa.
And we have Mr. Andre Podpolucha in the house. And what is your role again, your title?
So I'm the Director of Operations for Step Denver and Springs.
There you go. He is the man. And wait until you hear his story.
Yeah. So I know. You know, we would probably not do you justice, my friend, unless we let your story come from you.
You.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're giving no sneak peeks yet.
No sneak peek.
But I think we should do Jamie first.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, because Andre doesn't know what to expect. So Jamie's all over it. She's amazing, to say the least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are bad points.
Yes, for real. And Step Springs is very blessed to have her.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
you gotta
So,
say that.
Jamie, give us a little bit of warming up for Andre, a little of Jamie Garcia's story.
Your personal story.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I have been a native of Colorado Springs. I am a native of Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Been in this community my whole life.
Wow.
And have worked in nonprofit my whole life. I spent more than 2 decades at UCCS and worked in higher education, philanthropy, fundraising, and advancement. And then after spending that time there, moved to some other nonprofits in the Colorado Springs area. And probably what you want to know is my recovery journey. That's, I think what we're hoping to dig into. And so I during that time when I was in higher education, I was struggling with alcohol and the idea that I wanted to drink responsibly, and I felt like I was a smart person. I was working on my Ph.D. and had gotten my master's degree and was very focused on school, had a family, had my boys, and the alcohol kept getting in the way. Mm-hmm. And I kept telling myself that because I wasn't drinking out of a paper bag and because I was able to still pursue my career and I had all these things going for me, that I didn't have a problem. Mm-hmm. And that it was not a big deal. And I just came to the realization that it just one day was not okay. Mm-hmm. And I was not managing it as effectively as I thought it was. And, my mother doesn't drink and my father drinks responsibly. And so I grew up around alcohol not really being an issue. And so I couldn't figure out why I was having problems when I was watching my father drink just fine and no big deal. Two drinks a night and nothing. Yeah. And so that was really hard for me to figure out why I didn't have control over that. And so it took a lot of good people to wrap their arms around me and tell me that they were supportive of me. And I shared with you guys last time that the victory came in just surrendering. I just had to say, I don't need to figure this out. Because I kept trying to figure out how to do it right.
Yeah.
And oop, that was too much, or ooh, that was too little. And it was like, no, I just don't, why is this important? And it really wasn't important. So I had some things kind of hit me hard while what really happened was I needed my employer to notice and say something. My family didn't need to say something, but I needed it to impact my career. Mm-hmm. And it was like in that moment, I was like, okay, then this really is a problem.
Oh, wow.
And so I had a lot of love from the university, and they told me to take some time and figure things out. So I did. I took that break, and next month we'll be celebrating 9 years.
Oh,
free of alcohol.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I have a question for you on that.
Yeah.
What was it? Because a lot of people, we go through so much in life. What do you feel like people reach for a vice, whether it's cigarettes or alcohol or serious drugs or whatever? Mm-hmm. What do you feel like you were trying to numb?
Well, for a while, I thought I was just trying to not be a goody-goody. And I was just trying to keep up with my friends and my husband. Mm. Because...
Like socially?
Socially, yeah. Yeah. And so, because I never, I was not when kids drink in high school and college and stuff, I didn't do that.
Oh, interesting.
I really didn't start drinking more heavily until after I'd gotten married. Mm. And so it was really later in life that it hit me. And I think it was just we'd have friends over and everybody'd be drinking, have a good time, and I'd be like, I'm tired, I'm done. Because I think there's an introvert side of me.
I see that. Yeah.
And so I was just like, oh, well, if I, try to sit down with the boys and do shots with them, then all of a sudden I'm awake. so I think it was really just trying to be social is what got me, past that uncomfortable. Like, I was more fun.
Yeah.
And I was. I mean, now I am not so fun, but I am sober. And so I think that was really hard for me, is because I'd always been, that type A personality and, labeled as a goody-goody and she doesn't do anything wrong. And so I kind of went down that path of like, well, pour me one. I'm going to sit with the boys and out drink. And
You're a rebel with a cause.
I took pride in keeping up with the boys. Like, that was something that I got into, and then and then they would stop and I'd keep going. And it was just, I don't even know where it came from.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Sure.
So no numb, just fun.
Just fun.
I just was trying to I was
Sowing
trying
your
to,
wild oats at a later age, pretty much.
something. I just felt like I had to be responsible all the time, and it was just sort of my outlet to not be.
Yeah. And that fit-in thing is no joke.
Yeah.
Right?
I've had networking people tell me they beeline it to the bar first.
Oh, a lot of people do,
Before they even say hello to anybody. And then once they get the drink, it's like they're a pacifier. And they're like, all right, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'll go work the room now.
Well, even now, I mean, I will beeline it to the bar because I need to have something in my hand, because it's just like, they don't need to know. At first it was like, oh, everyone's going to think I'm pregnant because I'm not drinking. And that was a big thing for me, And it was like, no, I'm not drinking. I just don't drink. And I had to be okay telling people I just don't drink.
Right.
But I still go to the bar, and that's one of the first things that I do is I try to get myself something exciting. And, I can't believe how many places when you ask for a mocktail, like, will give you a hard time and make fun of you.
Still?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had some really inappropriate things said when asking for a fun mocktail.
Wow.
There's a bar in the Springs now that's all they do.
Yeah.
Yes,
What's the
thank
name
goodness.
of it?
I don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking
they
about.
only do mocktails.
And I think some places are getting better, but just shame on those people that criticize, because they don't know the backstory. They don't know why.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to have a good time too. So if you can make me some sort of fun, foo-foo, non-alcoholic drink, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, I have girlfriends who are sober, and they, same thing, they'll say, give me a water, throw a lime in it. And just so it looks the look.
That's exactly what I do. I get a cranberry and soda, and then throw a lime in there, and then people are like, "Ooh, you're on your third one." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." Lots of soda here.
And I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it a shame that you're ridiculed for doing something good?
Yeah.
It almost to me, that's crazy, but that's culture.
It is.
Right? Yeah. Wow. Andre, my man. Yeah, I kind of feel like I know your story a little, but I really want to hear. Tell us about you, my friend.
Are you from Colorado?
So no, I'm from Connecticut originally.
Oh, wow,
Right?
okay.
I moved out here for a job. Right. Started using crack cocaine when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
Right. So about a year later, I was introduced to IV heroin. And that's when I started kind of like getting into, the different 12 steps, as well as going to different treatment facilities. So come from a good family, so I'm like the black sheep, always was.
And me too, literally.
And so I have before I got into recovery, I was married. I have 3 kids, and it was just a series of losing them, getting them back, losing the kids again, and then finally lost the kids, and for the last time at least, and it was at this weird point where it's like I just didn't want to live anymore, right? But I didn't know how to stop or like change the way I was going about it, and just got really hopeless, severely depressed, and one day I decided to take my life by shooting up bleach.
Oh,
my arm.
wow.
And you know, so knocked me out. I just remember the burning, and next thing I know, I come to in like the hospital. My wife at the time, ex-wife, now, she found me and brought me. Called the paramedics. They came out, grabbed me. So I got put on a 72-hour hold. During that hold, I broke out several times, and I get picked up a couple blocks from the hospital and get brought back, and then they were trying to transport me somewhere up north, and so I begged for them to medicate me and knock me out, because I knew that as soon as I saw an area that I was familiar with, I was gonna try to escape again. Yeah. It's like weird because I wanted to change my life, and here I am in the hospital, right? Like I could potentially just take the help, but I was also just like so afraid. I'm gonna die if I get sober. I don't know. Like I haven't been sober since I was 13, right? Like and so there was this kind of like weird conflict inside of me where it's like I knew I needed help. I didn't want to feel the way I felt. Like waking up dope sick every day is not fun. And then it was, at the same time I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, right? That kind of like fear of it hasn't worked like prior. At that point it was 18 programs I've been to.
Oh my!
Like and none of them worked. Right. So I'm like going into it with the mentality of. I've been there, done that. All it is a bunch of meetings and just kind of going into it with the wrong mind frame. And we got over to Evans, we're Broadway and Evans, and the ambulance came to a stop. So I hopped out because I recognized that Burger King right there in the corner. And so I hop out. Here I am running down Broadway in a hospital gown. And, and I was like, oh, they're gonna notice me if I have this, right? If I have this on, they're gonna know I was just in the hospital. Yeah. So I thought it was better to run butt naked down.
Oh my God!
No one would notice that.
Yeah, that's not obvious. Oh my God!
So
Hospital sick, naked, crazy. So you're better with crazy than sick.
It was about 9 days up, no sleep. I methamphetamines.
Right.
Yeah.
And I ran down to Broadway and Bellevue, where I knew a couple people. My drug dealer, my ex-wife lived over there. I'm starting to knock on doors. Nobody will let me in. And so I knew that my wife at the time, that she was going to be going to work around 8 o'clock. So I broke into the house, right? And when I broke into the house, one of the neighbors saw and called the cops. And they came out with their 4 or 5 cars. But that day they did something different. Like they brought like a psychologist.
Oh my!
Right. So there I am. I got guns, drugs, everything, and I'm trying to do all the drugs so that I don't get in trouble. And after a couple hours, I walked outside, surrendered, and they brought me back to the hospital. Where they put me on a 9-month psych hold. After about 21 days roughly.
I'm sorry, what's 9 months cycled?
Psych hold?
Oh, psych hold.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was committed to the psych ward for 9 months. After about 21 days, I want to say, roughly, the counselor came in and he was like, hey man, you're not as crazy as we thought. Because they were diagnosing me with pretty much everything under the sun. And then it was, hey, do you want to go to this treatment program called Step Denver? And I was like, in my head at the time, I'm like, oh, 21 days and I'm back out in the streets. I can go get high again, right?
Yeah.
And so I went to this program. And it's like, call, and I remember it was like, I started calling, it was Wednesday, they're like, call back tomorrow. I'm like, all right, fine, call back, waiting for a bed to open up. And then finally, the following Monday, they're like, all right, get here. And I had like an hour to race from the hospital, arrange a ride, and get over to Step. And get out of the car, and I'm just sitting there on Larimer Street in Denver, like, what kind of warehouse is this? Right? It looks like a warehouse. And I'm like, oh, geez, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting out in the parking lot until they call me to go through the intake process. And just kind of like, I walk into the facility, and people are talking to you. It's like really hard to listen and focus at this point in my sobriety, and so I'm just going through the motions. And we get back to like the main meeting room. I'm like, wow, this place is actually kind of cool, right? Like it's clean, right? Because only a couple minutes before, I was like trying to convince myself there's going to be rats, there's going to be mice, there's going to be cockroaches.
Yeah, you didn't know what the heck.
Right? And I'm not going to go to a dirty rehab.
Yeah.
I literally just was living on the streets. I was homeless under a bridge for about a year and a half.
Right.
And now my tent was a better solution, I guess. And so I get in there and I have all these demands. I'm like, oh, it's got to be clean. And I walked in and took away my excuses, right? And ended up going through the program, all the phases that they have. And then I moved over to our sober living. And that's where the miracles started happening for me, right? One, at that point, I had a job. I thought I was unemployable, right? Because of both my criminal record as well as just, no self-worth, right? So ended up getting a job at 7-Eleven. I was like, oh man, this is the coolest job ever. Really no responsibility. I was it was like a 7-Eleven / Laredo taco. Yeah. And I was making tacos every morning. I'm like, this is cool, right? Pays the bills, right? And then I was 90 days sober, and I got hired by Step Denver to be pretty much overnight security / janitor, right? I was cleaning the place at night and just watching the cameras, and that quickly evolved to being promoted to the facilities supervisor, then the facilities manager, and now I'm the director of operations, right? All in a short amount of time.
Wow.
August 26th, I'll have 3 years. Right? So that's huge.
That's amazing.
But the most important thing is STEP was my 19th program, right? And I've been asked this question a bunch of times, why did STEP work and the other 18 programs didn't, right? I think one is just mindset, number one. It's a little bit of that. But they set me up for success, right? When I left that program after, I think it was 14, 15 months, I had a job. I had in both my check-ins and saving $21,000 that I was able to save.
Oh my!
Right?
So great.
That's awesome.
A nice little egg nest, right?
Yeah.
I learned a lot about my sobriety and the tools that I need to stay sober, right? And I had just this community, both at STEP and also just in the area that I was living, to actually support me whenever I needed it. And through working those programs, right, I lost my kids about a decade prior to getting sober. Lost my kids. I have a relationship with my children today, right? Working on getting custody back currently.
How old are they now?
So I have a 9-year-old, a 16-year-old, and an 18-year-old.
Wow.
They're with my parents.
In Connecticut?
Yep, in Connecticut. And I go back, pretty frequent, every couple months to go see them, and we talk every day now.
So good.
When I was in active addiction, one of my lowest points is started hallucinating really bad, and we call them the shadow people. But they actually, they were telling me to, burn my parents' house down, and I burnt my parents' house down at one point.
You did?
Wow.
Yeah. A good portion. I shouldn't say down, right?
Were your kids in the house?
No. It was just all these things that I did, when I was, actively using, that's just not my character today.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And I had to, make that right with my parents, right? And I'm happy to report today that I have a relationship and have had a relationship with my parents for about a little over a year now.
Yes.
So it's getting sober, all these things are coming back to me, right? Which has been really impressive, right? And those are the miracles, I can't explain why, why these things are happening. Because even there was a no contact order in place, like with my parents, and because my parents had my kids, I couldn't talk to my kids for that decade, right? And then I remember I was 9 months sober, and I got a letter from the Connecticut court that said I had a court date, right? And I was able to go to, excuse me, it was like, one of those Zoom courts, thank God, because I would have been too nervous to walk into a courtroom at this point. Like, all right, here we go again.
Yeah.
Right? And, it was just, my parents were there that day, and I haven't talked to anyone in my family for over a decade.
Yeah.
Right? And so nobody knew I was sober, that I went to STEP, that I was in the sober living program at the time. And all of a sudden I'm in this court, and they're like, modifying the protective order so I can see my kids and talk to them. And it was just like, how do you explain that? It's a miracle.
Yeah.
That's
You
all I
can't
get.
explain it.
Yeah, it's just
So good.
It's just I don't know. There's no words for it, right? But it's just kind of cool to be in the position that I am today, and why I love working for STEP is like being able to give back to the guys that were like me, hopeless.
Yes.
They didn't know where to find the solution, and being a part of that has just been an incredible journey for me.
That's so great. Wow, Andre, what a story. Are you going to write a book?
One day I'm planning on it. I do. But there's just a lot that happened. It's just half the things I don't even remember, like what I did. I was just existing.
Yes.
Right? Like for like 24 years.
Right.
And then after that, I'm just like, I love life today. Like, I remember when I hit a year sober, someone asked me in the room, hey, why, like, what do you feel like your first year, like, of sobriety, like, how'd that make you feel? And I'm just like, the fact that I wake up every day not wanting to die.
Wow.
Right? It's just like, that is such a gift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And every day is a clean slate that you're given.
Yeah.
So
it's
good.
just been amazing.
Yeah. Part of that journey, though, that was a lot. I'm like processing, right? Yeah. My youngest daughter, who is going to see your boss tomorrow. She's here from Florida right now. She runs Elite Roofing in Denver. And she's going to see your boss tomorrow before she flies back out.
Wonderful.
To talk about you guys' roof.
Yes.
Right? Over there.
Nobody really wants to pay for a roof. It's not that exciting.
Yeah, she was a math addict. Okay. My daughter that's going over to meet, she was a math addict as well. And
Teenager.
From 16 to 22.
Yeah.
So 6 years. Yeah, we thought she was going to die, man.
And nobody chooses to be an addict.
No,
and that's where I think
exactly.
there's just a lot of misconceptions is like, oh, well, it's a choice. And maybe it is a choice one time. But after that, it's sort of like you get stuck.
Yeah.
You get stuck.
Well, like his daughter, it was their divorce that rocked her.
Yeah, my divorce from her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she was the last kid at home.
She's the baby.
And it really rocked her
Yeah.
world. Yeah, and I had to deal with all the guilt and shame and all of the things that I had to deal with internally because of that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, so, but she does, she's 38 now, so, and she's 16 years sober.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, they have 8 children and they're blended family.
Beautiful family. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you get to Denver from Connecticut, dude?
A job. Well, a job.
So a
originally,
job.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was working for a financial institution back east, and they transferred me out there to their headquarters.
So you had a job. So you were, like, she was a high-functioning alcoholic. You were a high-functioning druggie, working for a financial company that moved you from Connecticut, and they had no idea.
No, not until like it was almost like I think 5 years with them before they saw like track marks on me, and they were like, "Hey, bud, what's up with that?"
Yeah.
I was like, but yeah, no, it was. We moved out here. It was my wife and well, she was pregnant at the time, and then my 2 other kids. We moved out here from Connecticut.
Where's she?
So my ex-wife passed away last August. She had an acute overdose from methadone.
Wow.
So.
Is that taking meth? Or
So
I'm sorry, I don't know this.
Methadone is like
I hear meth and I go, is it meth?
Methadone is something that they give heroin addicts. It's basically what I like to call as like basically legal heroin, and it's supposed to like take away the cravings so that you don't use the hard stuff.
Okay.
So both of you guys were engaged in drugs together?
Yeah, we met in rehab
Oh, wow.
like 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rehab love, because that made sense.
Yeah.
Love don't make sense no matter where you are.
Yeah. Yeah, we ended up leaving treatment together, and getting our own place and getting married, having kids.
Yeah. Doing the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were 13, I'm sorry to keep going deep diving on your story, but it intrigues me. 13 years old, cocaine. You're from an affluent family. So where did that come from? How did that happen?
Yeah. So it was actually my girlfriend's stepfather. I was working for him on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we were doing restoration work, like pumping water out of people's basements and ripping out sheetrock and stuff like that. And he used cocaine, right? So the whole team would get a bunch of cocaine, and we'd go to work, and then that turned into crack.
Wow. So he handed it out to everyone that he worked for him.
Even though you're only 13 years old?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah. Where in Connecticut is that?
So I was from Fairfield County.
Fairfield. Okay.
Have you been to Connecticut?
Oh yeah, Debbie, my first wife's aunt, lived in Madison, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
So we'd go every summer.
Oh,
Yeah,
got it.
because
Yeah.
in the fall really, because it's
Yeah.
so beautiful
Oh, yeah.
in the fall. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bedroom community. Nothing but millionaires lived. Yeah, yeah, there. So. Yeah, I felt so out of place.
Yeah.
What a place, man. It was such a trip. Yeah. So, Jamie, Andre, such an amazing story. Your story is amazing.
Yes.
It's a different pathway, but it's still a story. So, Step Springs is coming. Tell people about what they can expect.
Sure. So construction is well underway, and Andre and I are checking in every few days to see how the progress is going.
Yay.
And right now we're just beginning the process of spreading awareness that we're coming. And the hope is that we will be construction dependent. We will be opening in October is what we're looking at, mid-October.
So there's a lot of differentiators for Step Denver now upcoming Step Springs, which just blew me away. So can you explain your differentiators?
Sure. Yeah, sure. And you probably would agree because you've done rehabs. I've done a couple myself.
Yes.
And it's funny, what I really appreciate about Step is what I appreciated about the second rehab that I did that I've been sober since then. And at that rehab facility that I went to, they let us have our cars. They trusted us to have a car to go to a meeting outside of the facility. And I thought that was great because I was like, I have a tiny bit of freedom. They're treating me like an adult, right? So I really appreciated that about where I got sober. And even more so with Step, there's that trust. You don't have to be there. You can leave anytime you want. So the men are expected to leave every morning and either go to work or go find a job or go climb the incline or go to a meeting or whatever, right? You leave, you're not hanging out in this recovery bubble, which I think a lot of rehabs are. They're recovery bubbles where it's like you can't have your phone, you can't have a job, you just need to focus on your sobriety, which is fine and good to a point, but you need to learn how to take what you learn in that recovery bubble and apply it real time.
Yes.
And that's what Step does, is you just have orientation week. You have 1 week where you
5 days.
where you learn all that stuff, and then you're expected to be out in the community doing all those things that I mentioned. And then during that orientation week that I talked about, they're getting 15 hours of career counseling. So they are working on their resume. If they're justice involved, they're working with the career counselor to help them be honest about what's going on and get a job where that is going to be okay, and things like that. So that's what I think is the key, is that there's trust, and they give you the tools, and you get to test yourself every day when you leave those doors. I mean, Step Denver's on Larimer. It's surrounded by bars.
Yeah.
You know, when the men leave and come home, they're passing bars, and it's just a test every day. Like I want sobriety more than I want to go in and have a drink or use or whatever.
Good. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So I think that is a lot of the difference, and having a programs team that's built from alums.
Yes.
So Andre's an example of several men that are working with the new men coming in and looking them in the eye and saying, like, if I can do this, you can do this too. And I think that peer-to-peer is really effective and powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, a lot of them probably didn't have any education growing up either on how to do financials or whatever. You know, who knows what each story is, but I mean, I was never taught bookkeeping and how to, I just hit the road at 18. I was given 2 weeks to find a job, never worked a day in my life. So, you know, it's like most of us had to just like figure it out, you know, hope you survive.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and that's part of the, you know, the experience too. It's so maybe some of them did have those skills, but they weren't important for a while, for a time.
Yeah.
And so it's, you know, let's get back those good habits and really, and you can either learn them if you've never learned them, because we have had some people that have had all that. They know this stuff. They just got away from it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, we can all make our bed in the morning. That's a good first way to start your day, right?
It's positive.
Those are the things that we bring back. And, you know, learning how to budget for all the things in order to, you know, slowly make your life better.
Yes.
We all need to do that, and just reinstilling some of those things that some of them know. And we've had, you know, men say, like, that's why they appreciate STEP, is because we treat them like they're grown men, not, we don't cook for them, we don't, you know, we just give them the tools that they need to be successful.
You know, when I was a homeless dude down in Acacia Park here in the city, two of my buddies in the park that I used to see every evening had Ph.D.s. I mean, very accomplished academic people, right? They just chose. They didn't want to participate in what culture says they were supposed to be, and the pressures of being that, right? Yeah. So they just became homeless and just hung out in the streets with us. So, man, when the work that you're doing now, because you're obviously a talented human.
Yes.
Right, you can see those steps that are happening. You know, they're not just throwing you in there just as a placeholder, right? Yeah.
I hope not.
So where do those talents? Where do they originate?
So my father's actually a law enforcement officer back east. And all his brothers did like trades, right? So he's from a family of 9. So every summer we'd go learn a different trade,
cool.
Right? Plumbing, electrical. My dad did sheetrocking at one point, framing, and I just basically picked up all of those, skills, and carried them into basically. That's what I did for a living for a while, that or security, right? And, I can go, fix someone's drywall for a couple $100 when I was using, and, they're getting a great deal.
And you getting what you want.
And I got what I wanted too, right? So I've always done something like that. And then, even a friend of mine, he saw me struggling really bad, and he tried helping me. And he was a home remodeling, he owned a home remodeling company. So he was like, "Hey, come work with me. Come on, just trying to help where he could, so that I can keep the lights on in my house and the rent paid."
What are your responsibilities as the operations director?
So I'm responsible for the building, right? Like, so the roof, like we were
And it's
just talking
clean.
about.
And it's clean.
Yes.
So, like everything that goes into the building, just making sure that the men of STEP like have the best experience possible, right?
Yeah.
Like I know that like in early sobriety, like something like the shower not working can really like throw your day off, right? And put, you know, it could be a downward spiral for some. So just making sure like everything's functioning for them, so that, you know, yeah, it's a building, but you know, we like to think of it as their home, right? Like so, and it's something that my team in their first 5 days, like they're actually helping us clean their house, right? Like teaching them, all right, sweep, mop, just like janitorial work,
Yeah.
right? But just making sure they have a clean environment and taking away the excuses that I know that I had when I came in, right?
Yeah.
Like I take away the excuses so that they stay.
Yeah. So good.
That is so good.
When we did our spotlight tour, I was just in love with the model. Like I did tell Jamie, I said if I could afford it, I would like stop doing what I'm doing and work for free doing business development. I really would. Like I love the mission.
She's smart, man.
I told him that too. The next day I was like, gosh, what can we do for them? Like I just love the mission and the difference. Because not every program works like you mentioned. I mean, I know a lot of people where they're like, it never worked. I would go into the program, then after the meetings, I would go straight to the bar.
Yeah. You know, Springs Rescue Mission just laid off 18 employees,
Oh, gosh.
given, you know, the cutbacks in funding and things that are happening there. You didn't know that? You didn't know that happened? Because it's really going to be effective. What you guys are doing with these cutbacks is really going to start pushing a lot of humans towards STEP, right? Yeah. Yeah, so
We were sensing, we knew that some nonprofits depend on government funding.
Yep.
And so we knew there would be sort of a ripple that would be coming our way because we, as you guys know, do not accept government funding. And so, and the reason for that is because we know it's been working for 40 years in Denver, and we don't want to chase the money and get grant funding to change a program to meet the requirements of a grant.
Government.
Right.
Yeah, and so we just don't do that. And you know, it is hard because it would be nice to get some government funding because we got, you know, a lot to do, a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's nice in a situation like this that we don't have to worry too much about losing funding because of that.
So what is your number one need today that the community can do to help Step Springs launch successfully?
If people could visit our website and learn about us, that would be amazing. We're at stepsprings.org. And if you feel compelled, there is a place on there that you can make a donation. And I'm checking every day to see if we get donations. And it's slow, guys. I know Denver kind of has this, you know, they have this nice base of recurring donors.
Yes.
And that's really what I'm looking for. And even if it's not a huge amount, if it could be the cost of your Starbucks for one day that you would commit to on a monthly basis, that would be huge. And then I can, you know, go in there and check and see that we've got some action going. But we really do. We're thrilled that we were able to finish the capital campaign. That was a big piece, and that was a $6.5 million effort. That is done, but now we need to fund year one. So when our men start coming through, like Andre, start coming through the doors in October, we just need help with that first year of funding.
So how much is it per man? If we wanted to sponsor a man to get through the program, how much is that?
Good question. It's a little over $5,000.
Okay.
A man.
All right.
So if you wanted to help take care of a man, think $5,000. You can divide it by 12 months and do that monthly, and that would, you could think about it after a year's time that you've helped to get one man through. That would be incredible if people would think to do that. But if you can't, if that's too much, just anything that I really like to compare it to your cup of coffee. If you can just forego your expensive coffee for 1, 2, 3 days and shift that into something, and you can be part of this, which is really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, a Dutch Bro drink is $10.
That's my point. That is my point.
Brooklyn loves these Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
She's 15.
Yeah.
I'm like, Brooklyn, chill out. We can't afford this.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is we get in the habit of doing those things, and even if we can just cut one of them out, 2 of them out, and then you think about shift. It's a good feeling to shift your spending like that a little bit, to go, okay, I don't need my coffee today. I'm gonna go home and make my own, and then you can put
What
it towards
an
other
incredible, useful way of breaking it down.
Yes.
That's something that most anyone can internalize and think about, cutting out. Because I know I spend a lot of money on coffees and those type things. It has me thinking. But I want you guys, because you need to give the step, because this is incredible. Men, I'm telling you, there's a lot of men out there that need this program, that need this opportunity. Walk us through. Frank Sinclair just came to STEP. Walk our audience through onboarding me and what it looks like.
Okay. Do you want to do that, or do you want me to?
No, sure. So you'll meet with our admissions coordinator prior, right?
You have to be sober first.
So
right?
you have to be sober for that day.
Yes.
Right? You're going to come in, we expect you to light up the cup, the UA cup. So, you're going to go through some questioning, some background, and then they're going to give you a time to come back, which is usually between like 2 and 2:30.
Same day admission.
Same day.
Yes.
Wow. And so you're going to come back at 2:30. We're going to call you in, right? And we're going to start your onboarding kind of process or intake process. You'll be greeted at the door, where you'll be asked for some like basic documents like an ID, your social if you have it. If not, again, we're going to help you get those things, right? But it gives us like this baseline of what we need to do to help you. So then from there, you're going to come in, they're going to bring you to the meeting room, and in the meeting room, you're going to empty all your stuff, right? We're going to do a basic little check of all your belongings, and then we're going to wash it, right? Wash and dry it. During that time, you're taking a shower, because I know for myself, that was like one of my first showers, right? Like, which is crazy, when you're out there, like you get pretty dirty, like stained almost, right? Like, I think it took a good year for the stains to come off my hand. And we're just going to go through that process. You fill out some paperwork, right? And then one of the RSM or recovery support managers is going to give you a tour of our facility, right? And show you where you're going to be sleeping, where your bed is, where your cabinet is. Every person that comes to the door, we give, it's like closer to like 2.5 bags of food now. But we give you some food to get you through so you can get your job in that first paycheck, right? Nobody goes hungry, right? And, from there, like you're going to do some time, put all your stuff away, make your space, down in your dorm. And then you have a meeting that night, right? And then our recovery support managers will meet with you, check in, and just, the following day you wake up, and that's when you start your actual orientation process, right? And that's where you're, cleaning the house, but also learning the rules of the program, right? And that's also reinforced by the recovery support manager as well. And then you start, attending meetings every night at 7. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Would you add anything?
Wow.
Very cool.
Who facilitates those meetings every night at 7?
So there's some that are outsourced where we're bringing people in to do different
Things.
Expertise, we'll have financial people come in and
then there's 12-step fellowships that come in to run groups, and then our recovery support managers as well.
Okay. Wow. Step Springs, Lisa. Isn't that cool?
Love it.
It is so incredibly cool. We're so stoked.
And we'll be able to. In Denver, there's 60 beds. Colorado Springs will have 50.
Yeah.
So we will have space for 50 men.
50.
Awesome.
Okay. Some ladies out there may be going, where's step for us?
Yeah.
What do you say to the ladies?
Yeah. So we wish we could help everybody.
Yeah.
But because 75% of the unsheltered in Colorado Springs are men, that's where we're continuing to
And
focus.
that's your mission.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mission.
It doesn't mean that it's not important,
Yeah,
but we're trying to fill the gap, and the gap is that intersection of homelessness and addiction and men. And that's sort of that gap that we're filling. There's
Maybe
other
we should
wonderful
start a women's step. Now you got my wheels turning.
We have a model. We are absolutely not opposed to people taking our model and applying it. In fact, we're in conversations with other cities across the nation that are looking at our model because you can't keep it if you don't give it away, right?
Yes.
So if we can give it away, I mean, we just don't have the funding to necessarily be the ones to do it.
Yeah.
But if any other communities would want to do it, we have the model. We are writing down every single detail about how we're replicating it for Colorado Springs, so that when that time comes and another city wants to have it, it's ready to go, and we can say, here, this is how we were able to do it here.
I love that. Do you know Life Church? Mm-hmm. Okay, Pastor Craig Rochelle. So he keeps everything public, that people around the world have started churches by doing. He gives it everything on a silver platter. Yeah. The model.
There's
how to
no
do the
reason
kids program.
There's no reason to keep it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
But
same
people
with.
do that.
They do that.
Yeah.
And for years, like churches have spent so much money on kids' curriculum and how to preach and the word
The
and
wheel keeps getting created.
yes, it's so dumb. Whereas why not share it? Because everyone needs it.
Well, and a good example is, haven't we had a bunch of men come from, is it South Carolina or North Carolina?
I believe it's North
Carolina. We've had people in North Carolina put men on buses and send them to Denver, and so those are the communities that we're talking to. It's like, you're welcome to keep sending them to Denver, but do you need something like this in your community? And if so, here it is. The challenge then is those communities coming up with the funding to get it started.
Right.
They all don't
seed
have
it.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's another community that we would love to share this with.
Yeah, much needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Can I share really quick, because I made a point of, we just updated our outcome data because our fiscal year just ended, and I'd love to share it because I think it's really helpful. So in last year, we were able to outreach to 85% of our alumni, which is a really huge contact rate. And the reason why that contact rate is so high is because the recovery support manager that you have that coaches you through the program is the person who calls you after you've been out a year to say, how are you doing? And when they have those conversations, we found that 90% of those alums are still with stable housing, 85% are still sober, and 75% are still have employment.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's a year. I mean, yes,
There you go,
they're
people.
gonna have those things when they're in the program, and we can say, oh yes, it's 100% while they're in the program.
Right.
But really, what matters is this sustaining? And a year after they've left our program,
And they're still bearing fruit and okay in the community.
Yeah. So thank you for letting me share that. I have to memorize. Those are the new numbers.
Yes.
Hot off the press. So I had to cheat and look.
Did you send those to me?
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, because as we continue to promote STEP here in the Springs, I want to push those out on my platform as well to let people know the great work that's being happening.
Thank you.
Happening. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Love what you guys are doing. We're very excited for the
We
city.
are.
Yeah.
We are. And just love you guys. So we need to ask the question.
Yes. So, as you know, our whole mission is to infuse hope and encouragement to the world. And Jamie, I'm going to start with you because it's not fair to
Fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So I would like you to take a moment and do just that. Encourage the world looking at that camera,
Okay.
and then let them know how to reach you.
Okay, perfect. So my bit of encouragement is that I've met several men like Andre, and deep down, all of these people, all these men, and even people around you that you know are struggling with addiction, deep down inside, there is a really great person there. There is a great person, and I just want us to give a little grace and not be so judgmental about people who are battling addiction, because again, nobody is choosing this path. Very few choose this path, right? It's not something you say, I want to be a member of that club, right? It's the club nobody must be part of. But really, they're just every single alum like Andre I've met, there's just an amazing person that somehow just gets buried with this addiction. And so I just want people to think about those people in their lives that maybe you have just signed off. You're like, nope. And sometimes we do have to give that hard love, and I get that. But if we could just be a little kind and give people some grace, and let's get these people, all of us, some help that need it.
Indeed. Thank you.
You bet. Oh, and how to contact me.
Yes.
The easiest way to reach me is at jgarcia@stepsprings.org.
There we go.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Andre.
All right. So I guess this would really go out to anyone that is suffering. If you're feeling hopeless, suicidal, or you just don't know where to turn, like just hang in there a couple more months. Step Springs is coming soon, and that's all I have.
Yes.
It gets better, and we do recover.
We do. And you're a living, breathing testimony of that.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so proud to meet you, my
Yes.
friend.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.
I really mean that. Thank you for bringing him.
I was thrilled when you said yes.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so before we wrap up, let's spotlight our sponsors once more. Westco Insurance. Miss Karen Butcher loves helping people save and get the best service ever. So contact her on our website at beencouraged.net. And Planet Duct, Mr. Brandon Kirk and his team offer astronomical air duct cleaning with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado.
Stronger than the vacuum of space. They are indeed. Listen, guys, visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your business name out there to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in their business in just 7 months of advertising with us. Like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn to join us on our journey to extend hope and encouragement and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement. And remember, if you want to join us internationally, simply go to our website and select international via Instagram, and you can join us live from anywhere in the world.
And you can also see all the workshops that we offer corporations as well. And don't forget to pick up all 3 of Frank's books on Amazon.
Indeed. Thank you, Lisa. We're doing some great stuff, and it's not because of us, it's in spite of us very often, but some great stuff as we continue to infuse hope and encouragement. Thanks for sharing your Monday with us. I didn't feel that good coming in today.
But now you feel great.
I feel much better because I get to hang out with you.
Aw, thank you,
you're so incredible. Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa. That wraps for us.
Yep.
And we'll see you